Make yourself really comfortable. Settle into the contours of your bed or chair. Allow your limbs to hang really loose. Breathe deeply a couple of times and relax into each breath you take. Close your eyes and imagine you are walking along a path through a meadow on a bright and sunny morning. The path ahead disappears into a bank of low mist, obscuring everything beyond it. The mist has a look of stillness about it and seems to gently glow from inside with a soft light. It's really quite beguiling. You quicken your step to see what lies beyond. As you approach and then step into the mist, the hazy light envelops you. The mist is only several steps deep, and as you tentatively walk through it, you begin to make out the fuzzy shapes of large trees either side of the path. A few strides further, and you've completely stepped out of the mist and into a lush, ancient forest. Broad trunks rise up all around you. Young, slender trees surround ancient ones, creating a canopy of gently moving leaves. Dappled light streams through, illuminating the forest floor. The path is unimaginably soft and springy with velvety moss. Walking barefoot, you are aware how cooling it is on the soles of your feet. You stop to gaze at the delicate spiral tips of ferns pushing up through the undergrowth. Bluebells create a haze of colour curling around the trees. The air is thick with woodland fragrance. You breathe in slowly and deeply. The air is both sweet and earthy. The heady mix of fragrance is deeply relaxing. For a few moments, you are aware of breathing in all the beauty of the forest. It's filling your lungs, circulating inside you. Shifting your gaze to a tree whose trunk is wide and its branches rhythmically curved and strong, you sense this is no ordinary tree. Perhaps the forest is reaching out to you, murmuring to you, showing the way of things here. Since you understand quite clearly that this is the mother tree of the forest, you feel its far-reaching connections deep beneath your feet, linking all the trees through an underground network. These roots have pushed their way into every crevice of the earth until it's no longer possible to know which root system belongs to which tree. Everything has become so intertwined. Through this underground network, when a tree is sick, the surrounding trees provide the nutrients it needs to heal. When young trees are finding their place under the canopy, the elder trees support them through this root system, helping them through the early years. The trees are not competing with each other. They are a community, helping each other to thrive. The root system is old, yet constantly renewed, and it belongs to all the trees. They are held by it. It surrounds each one. There is safety for all of them because of it. You sense other life living underground in the soil beneath you. All the tiny creatures living around these roots, all going about their lives, burrowing, feeding, tending their young, each held by the forest, contributing to its vibrancy. And overhead, A tapestry of branches obscures the horizon, with just small patches of sky and sun streaming through, creating a moving light show as the leaves shudder in the breeze, shifting patches of sunshine around the forest floor. More tiny creatures live overhead in the trunks and branches, in the folds of bark, among the moss and lichen, interlocking lives of beetles, spiders, butterflies, and endless other species, all with their own stories, their own homes and families, homes they found and adapted. You can just make out a blackbird singing from deeper in the woodland. As you tune into its melody, you hear more species. The music of the forest weaves itself together. The blackbird flies down and lands nearby and begins its song again. Sensing all these lives in the forest, you sit down for a moment and lean back against the mother tree, nestling into its huge curved roots, softened with moss and the finest tiny grasses. It yields to you. You snuggle into it. You close your eyes and gradually sense a slow, deep pulse. It rises up through your body and becomes your pulse, your heartbeat. You and the forest are one. Its earthy smells and harmonious sounds settle deep inside you. You lean back, gazing up at the canopy of interlocking trees, ancient gnarled branches, leaves and blossom fluttering. Young saplings are reaching upwards with straight and slender trunks. Everything is settled in its own place, independent, yet also connected to everything else. You too feel independent and free, rooted and strong. The feeling of connection is greater than you've ever felt before. You belong in this forest. Transfixed by everything, you continue watching the leaves moving rhythmically in the breeze, each leaf moving in its own way, yet perfectly synchronized with all others. You feel the sap rising up through the trunk of the tree, feeding thousands of leaves above, as though your body has merged with the tree and the sap is moving along your spine. You feel the leaves as though they are an extension of yourself, facing the light, releasing water vapor into the air, sending the energy of the sun back down the branches to nourish the whole tree. The forest has welcomed you into itself, taken you deep into its heart. You feel the energy of the mother tree, its roots stretching far and wide underground, and its branches holding aloft its vast canopy overhead. You sense its deep care for all the plants and creatures of the forest. Your appreciation for all it does is flowing through your whole being. You feel the mother tree's deep care for you, You sense the other trees that are part of this network, all in their own way guardians of the forest, each with a nature ready to help others and in turn receive help whenever they need it. This community is all-encompassing, safe, protecting, nurturing. You feel deep gratitude for all of this. You are so thankful it has accepted you for yourself and pulled you into the heart of the forest to be part of its slow and gentle flow of energy, surrounded by ancient ecosystems extending back to the beginning of time. The forest follows this ancient, unhurried pace, a very slow and deep heartbeat, a tree heartbeat, only perceptible when the earth has settled down your mind and made it very still. And it is connecting you with all life on this beautiful planet. The life force of the rivers and seas, on the mountains, in the sky. You feel part of it all, connected and whole. Myths and legends have woven their stories among these ancient forests, told by parents and grandparents around a crackling fire as sleepy young eyes sprawl in its warmth and settle into the coziness of family gathered together. Fables of heroes and magic, elves and fairies, retold and embellished generation after generation. Human stories, marking human time, and the forest watching, silently watching all that goes on, never getting caught up in the sagas, always detached from these dramas that are endlessly unfolding. You sense the wisdom of that detachment. All that goes on out there in the human world, each story playing out in its allotted period of time, and then fading away. Each player in the story has their moment, and then they too fade away into the background. But the heart of the forest carries on beating, steady and strong, slow and quiet. It allows all stories to play out and then blown away on the breeze. To the forest, the wind and rain come and go. New growth appears, reaches upwards towards the light filtering through the canopy, grows stronger and taller, welcomes other creatures into its crevices. In time, even the strongest and tallest trees will grow old and fade. But the forest as a whole thrives, its network strong and deep, its soil richer and more nourishing with each passing season. It can survive floods and fires, natural and man-made. Its rich soil will nurture new life. Left alone, the forest will always rejuvenate, always become the dense green canopy of intertwined species, a network of cooperation and support, vibrant with creatures that love their forest home. We have much to learn from the forest and its detachment from all the comings and goings of human history. Endless dramas come and go, but the forest is never troubled by them. Nothing ever stops it from doing all the good it needs to do. It doesn't pass judgment. It doesn't get caught up. It just persists, showing us how we too can have a deeper peace of mind by detaching from all the dramas happening around us, watching them come and go as a detached observer of all that is. So we have more presence of mind to do all the good we need to do. And just as the forest will survive and persist, we too can keep on growing through adversity, becoming stronger through it all. The forest is always vibrant, always gentle and slow in its ways. The forest is always there for us.